Well, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for the month of May. We're going to be delivering all the 12 sun signs all under the same video. You'll find a timestamp here, and I thank you so much for joining me. So what's going on for this month? Well, the first thing that Aries do have sitting around them in connection with the home and the family is that this is all about making change. Now, you may be finding yourself very productive throughout this period of time. Lots of rearranging, looking at different accommodation, maybe holidays, maybe you're doing an upgrade to the home or your living experiences. So this is going to be quite a busy time for you. You may be feeling happy one minute and you might be feeling a little bit confused the next. But everything seems to be working itself out through the decisions and choices that you will be making. And of course, with your career goals and aspirations, don't give in to indecision. This month is really going to test your patience, especially when it comes to people and circumstances around you. You could be looking for bigger and better career steps, and you may be finding that there isn't very much support around. It's not to say it won't turn up, but it may not be there right now. Now, of course, those that are looking for work, this would be a time in which you need to put your best foot forward, but you also need to have that sense of you can do this. You may be tossing up, should you go back to study? Maybe you need to redo your CV. This could be a time in which you have not been as confident in past positions, but maybe you have an opportunity in which you can better yourself now. So this is a time to build that confidence. Of course, with our financials, you're going to be finding this is a month of fantastic opportunities to improve your financial situations. Positive incomes, new improvements in this could come through new sources of finances, and you just could be finding yourself really setting up some strong foundations for the future. So this month should be bountiful or plentiful. In connection with the health and the well-being, it's mainly past issues that tend to be popping up throughout this period of time. You may be finding yourself going back to the doctor or a specialist, just getting a checkup. You could also be following through on past treatments which have been quite prevalent in your betterment and well-being. Now, if you're going through a period of time and feeling emotionally very connected to the past, you may be finding personal anxieties, a little bit of grief. Perhaps you've been going through this tension or hypertensiveness, and you may need to take care of yourself as well. So for those that are single and looking, or those that are looking for a relationship, this month really does bring about a very positive time for you. Now, you may be finding yourself highly focused, and because of this, people are also being quite attentive to you. This is a time to get outside your comfort zones and really look at ways in which you can liven up the party, invite opportunities for new friendships, to explore new avenues for yourself. Now, for those that are already in relationships, this month is focusing on your partner more so than yourself. Your plans, your goals, and the positive things that you've been both hoping to embrace or be able to bring towards change will be looked at throughout this period of time, and you may find yourself feeling quite happy and quite content because you're both on the same page. Of course, the overall influence for this month for Aries is that you need to work through areas in which you have self-imposed blockages, or put yourself in a position where you are feeling a little bit thwarted or blocked or unable to move forward. It could be that this is a really great time just to reassess your plans and your goals rather than rushing ahead. Expect delays if you are traveling this month, and just put in a few little extra precautions because you may be finding yourself needing to go back to the drawing board. Of course, with Taurus, let's have a look. What does your month include? Well, first off, around the home and the family, it tells you here not to give in to doubts. Now, you're going to be fine between now and the time of the month of September. There is a very strong focus on the home and the family dynamics. You could even find throughout this period of time that you are exerting your energy in being able to show your independence, or show that you are looking for solid plans which are going to be part of your long term. So a lot of the home and the family decisions will govern around this. Of course, for your career goals and aspirations, this is going to be quite a busy time. You're going to be finding yourself giving into the excesses of drama. You may be finding that people are very detached. You could be finding your workloads are a lot heavier, and you could also find that you are going through this time of feeling a little bit haphazard. One minute you're very focused and the next minute you're not. This could also have a lot to do with the fact that there is quite a lot of pressure on the workplace or the goals, and you may be finding yourself needing to really push through and persevere. Of course, those looking for work, this could be quite a nervous time. One minute everything feels fine, the next minute is not. This is a time in which not to obsess about situations, but to challenge yourself to be able to overcome them. And I feel that the more that you put that energy in, the better that this month will bring to you, or deliver as well, as far as work and work opportunities. Financially, this is about stepping outside your normal boundaries and taking a few chances. I do feel that you have speculated what you need to do financially, and I feel some fantastic results coming out of here. Of course, like every gamble, we have to wait and see if it really does pay off for you. You may see results around about the time in the month of June. However, this month is about looking at your options and seeing what can support your needs. Your betterment and well-being. Now, you will be finding that throughout this month, we are going to be focusing on things that are really outside the normal boundaries. So if you're used to having a bit of a sniffle or a cough, you might be finding yourself having a little bit more of a energetic pull towards issues or problems to do with the nervous system, maybe tension, headaches or things like this, opposed to just the normal tickle in the throat or the cough. You also could be finding yourself looking at ways in which you can better understand what it is that you need to do. Perhaps you need to step outside your normal routines, join a gym. Maybe this is more about you being able to put that energy or effort towards areas of changing your diet for your betterment and your well-being as well. With relationships, look, if you're single and looking, you're going to find that the past is playing a very strong role in your life. This is where you may be finding yourself really reflective, wondering about people, going towards reunions, maybe celebrations or parties are very strong. And for those that aren't and you are in a very strong, secure relationship, this is anniversaries and memories and building things that are important. And you may be finding yourself very reflective over how you've met or what you've accomplished during this period of time. So it should be very fun and very enlivened or loving throughout this period of time. Your month, this influence is all about transformations and changes. You're getting out of the ruts that you've been in. You're producing a stronger time of better energy for yourself, and you're going to see some fantastic results because of this, which is excellent, especially if you have been going through a period of time and really wondering, is it going to get any better than this? Well, yes, it is. It is definitely going to get better than this. Hello Gemini, so let's have a look. What have you got around you this month? Well Gemini, this month is all about rebalancing the home and the family. Now you may be finding throughout this period of time you're feeling a little bit all over the place energetically. You may be finding the home is not balanced as much as it would or could be, and you may find yourself feeling a little bit out of sorts because of the attitudes of others. This could be a time in which you need to look at this and say, well, how am I contributing, or how can I create a better understanding, rather than feeling like everything's just being lumped on me to handle at the moment. So I don't feel anything would happen too drastic, but you may be finding slow and steady progress will win through at the end of the day. Career goals and aspirations, interviews are very important. A lot of talking about betterment and well-being. There may be training courses that are coming up. You may learn something about somebody or something that is very instrumental to your career path and your goals in the near future. So this is about having your ears open and your eyes open and being able to know that sometimes having that compassion or understanding is also going to be very beneficial to you, but also to others around you as well in your workplace. Now for some this could mean that you're just going through a few medicals, okay, or you could be looking at areas in which you are looking at what you can do for yourself and to be able to produce more of a solid and stronger support system in your workplace. Now if you are looking for work, of course this could be quite prevalent in being able to understand that you may have to sit a few psychological exams. You could be going through a bit of a process here on betterment and well-being, or maybe you're applying for something connected to study or work in connection with medical areas. And if this is the case, it could be to do with betterment and well-being. It may be that this is just about helping and assisting others. Perhaps this is where the job roles may be more prevalent this year or this month rather than in other areas or other avenues. But whatever it is, you've got a very good handle on situations. Now, financially, this is a very happy and content month for you. So you should be finding money-wise, you have not as many stresses. You could be booking a holiday. You may be looking forward to things that are a little bit more light and energetic, which you can make your commitments towards. This also should be quite a beneficial time in which you should show good luck coming through. So any endeavors or goals that you are pursuing or putting your energy towards, you may find some really great results coming from that. But like I said, it's great for holidays or vacations or something that you would occasionally do and would love to have that enjoyment from, because the money just seems to support it. Your health and your betterment. Look, we're going to be looking in and around the 3rd house, which is the house of Gemini, and it rules the lungs. It also rules in and around the chest area, the arms, the shoulders, the hands. And you may be finding yourself going through a few frustrations there. Maybe there's something you need to get off your chest. It could be that you're feeling yourself very, very busy and not being able to spend quality time with siblings or family. And perhaps this could be bringing up a little bit of an irritation. If you have had issues with your medical areas or betterment with the body, just take care, because these areas that I've just talked about, the arms, the shoulders, the hands, in and around the lung area, could be quite sensitive during this period of time. And of course, we come down to our relationships. Now, for those that are single and looking, you may be finding what you need is right in front of you. You don't have to go looking too far. And you may be finding that this is a perfect time in which you can get to better understand what it is that you need to be happy and content within yourself. So somebody's right under your nose. You never know. They might be about to start declaring that they want to be more than friends. Or perhaps it's something that you need to look at right now. My happiness is right here in the now, rather than being down there in the future or in the past. Of course, those that are settled and in a very happy and stable relationship time, this is about joining forces on what you can do right now to accomplish the goals that you both want to do. It's about making each other happy with these decisions, but also being able to see you are capable of manifesting this straight away, rather than it being 15 months in time. The decisions and choices you're making right now are going to be very instrumental to bring you what you want. Okay, so what's your overall influence? It's about standing in your power. You will find that this month will bring you some very strong support systems around you. This will help you to be able to negotiate terms, look at where you want to be, and follow through. The right people, the right environments, the right advice will all be there helping you to be able to accomplish your goals. And this is only about you just standing strong and knowing that you can do this. Hello Cancer, so what does your month hold for you in the time of the month of May? Well, around the home and the family, this is about being able to take advantage of circumstances. You may be finding this is quite busy and a very proactive time for making some very positive decisions, whether to stick to doing what you're doing or whether to make some change. And if you do decide to make some change, this is going to put you in a position where you can make decisions on the fly. It means that the right people, the right money, the right negotiations, the right choices will all just come. Now, of course, it's not just in this month as well. It's also going to be very significant around about the month of July. So this is a chance to sit down, talk about the things that are important between those that are of the major concern, and also look at ways that you can take advantage of this time to bring in some positive aspects to your home and your family environments. And this is making sure that you are understanding all the information that you need as well. So this is going to be very supportive. Career goals and aspirations. This is all about commitments. You're looking longer down the area of your future as far as commitments are concerned. So you may be finding yourself really looking at decisions that are going to fit now, but also in the next couple of months, but maybe about summer next year as well. Now, for some of you that are just about to enter into the summer in some hemispheres, you may be finding this is applicable to you. For us on the other side of the world, then it'll be around about December 2018, January and February 2019 that a lot of our decisions will come up. So for Cancer, you're finding at the moment your commitments are coming around. You're looking at this. You feel that you have the right support here to get matters moving. However, decisions may be put off to a little bit later of a date. If you've been waiting on this for some period of time, then you may find some successes coming through, but I keep on feeling it's a little bit longer down the line. Of course, for those that are looking for work, your commitments are not as instantaneous as you have wanted, but you're going to be happy with the outcome. You may be stepping through the processes, doing interviews and so forth in order to be able to get ahead. You also may be finding that if you have worked with somebody or a company or an organisation previously, it could be coming back around to that cycle again on a bit of a seasonal cycle, and you may be finding commitments starting to arise. If this has been a past issue that has been sitting there for some time, you may be finding you've finally got the go ahead and you can start making those commitments coming soon. For the finances, this is about contracts, agreements, dealing with government. Maybe this is taxation. Maybe this is more to do with where you need to set up benefits and foundations and so forth for your future finances. You may be dealing with a lot of paperwork or red tape during this period of time, but it will help support. For those that are using this to travel, then you'll find visas very important. You may be finding, copying of documentation such as identification, as birth certificates or passports or so forth, all could be quite prevalent during this period of time. But good contracts and agreements or good money support sitting around. And for those that are looking at areas in connection with their health and their well-being throughout this period of time, you've actually picked up the second house with the house of Taurus. This rules the bottom jaw. It also rules in and around the throat, the thyroid, and the neck. So you're going to be finding a few little vulnerabilities going on here. Now, whether this is to do with tension that needs to be released, or whether this is connecting with the fact that you've got quite a lot going on and you need to be able to talk about it. Clearing the way or clearing the airways is going to be very, very, very important. You may find this is a bit of a nervous sensitivity. You might be finding yourself clearing your throat an awful lot. But if you're not, then just be aware that you've got quite a bit of tension sitting around here, which can open up sensitivities. For relationships, those that are single and looking, this is a chance to really sort your life out. You've got some wonderful opportunities around you. This is about you being able to challenge yourself to keep moving forward. You'll have some excellent results the more you put your energy into what it is that you know will make you happy, rather than settling for second best. And for those that are in happy, settled, committed relationships, this is a time in which you can start working out what is more applicable to you both. What stage are you at? Where do you want to be? If the money's in order and the home's in order, what is it that you both want to do now? Do you want to travel? Do you want to sort things out for the future? Do you want to look at situations around you right now and discuss a little bit better about how to bring about a strong consensus or a better understanding of where you both need for your happiness? Whatever it is, you have some very remarkable vibrations around helping you to do this. Your overall influence is about clearing the decks. You'll see things a lot easier this month than any other month, but it also helps you to look in the long term. So you could be finding between now and the time of October, it is about looking at different levels of your life and energetically seeing what needs to change and how you can keep this progress moving. Because after all, if we sit still for too long, we either grow roots and become a tree, okay, or we become very stagnated. And too comfortable means that this could be where Spirit's just saying time to make some changes. You can clearly see the time's coming, but you're going to do this at your own pace. Okay, so here we go, Leo. What's sitting around for you? Well, Leo, this month really tells you that you're in for a strong time of major decision making around the home and the family. You could be finding there's quite a lot of documentations or papers, applications or forms, or supporting others from a different perspective. This is something that is not what you're going to do every day, but it is something that is quite significant or relevant to you now. And you could be finding that this has been on the back burner for a little while. So if there is anything that you do need to get into order, be this insurance or benefits or areas that you've been looking at that are major structural changes within the home and the family, then this could be the time that you're preparing quite a lot. Of course, with your career goals and aspirations, it's about independence. You don't know what to trust at the moment. You could be finding that there is a lot of workplace gossip or unsettling. You may need to give in to the fact that you've got to work on your own a little bit better and be able to show that you can do this in a team, but also be dependable as a solo performer. So this is about you seeing that if you can put the energy and effort in, it is going to pay off for you down the line. May not this month, but it may down the line. For those that are looking for work, of course, this is a time in which you are to really sit down and think about, what have I applied for? What have I gone for? How can I get this to happen? And what can I do further? Don't just rely on an agency to follow things up. Maybe you need to get on that bandwagon, check emails, follow up on any correspondence or news, or get back to agencies or other areas of employment which you may have some outstanding business with, because getting on board with this and getting it done could mean that this is a difference between having a job and not having a job this month. Of course, with your health and betterment, this is all about your communication, your positives, the things that you're attracting in your life. So your focus is on your partnerships, it's on your relationship with others, and it's on what you feel about yourself, your self-image, your encouragement to emotionally feel confident and positive. And this could be a time in which you are taking some very positive steps by listening to the advice of others and doing something about your betterment and your well-being. It could be a very instructional month, in a time where you are actually under instruction, or somebody's giving you strong guidelines in which to follow, and I feel by doing this you're going to have some fantastic results. Of course, with relationships, you've got such a beautiful time around for those that are single and looking. You're looking at beautiful experiences in your life. You're looking at ways that you can challenge yourself to open up wonderful opportunities in which you can better understand yourself, but also other people. So this is going to be a very, very instrumental month for experiences. And you may find that you meet people in all different calibers, whether this is at work, at school, whether this is in your daily routines. But you're going to learn something quite significant, and this could be what you've been waiting for. It's like that little missing jigsaw puzzle. You're open to it, whether it's a new friendship or whether this is actually a proper opportunity for a relationship. It's like you're actually discovering more about you. And for those that are already in a stable and well-established relationship, property could become quite important. You may be looking at your residence, you may be looking at what you've learnt about each other, how better to sit down and judge and be able to pursue your material or financial goals together. Maybe this is about opening that experience up to a new level. Maybe you're introducing new things into the relationship, whether this is starting a family, getting engaged, getting married, moving in together. All of these wonderful things could all become quite prevalent throughout this period of time. Now, your overall influence, you're going to receive a lot of beautiful wishes this month, but this is also about allowing plans and goals to come to maturity, not to preempt or jump the gun, but to allow situations to beautifully come together. And I feel in doing this, you're going to have a very happy and a very successful month. Of course, with Virgos, the beautiful thing is celebrations around the home and the family. Lots of wonderful things. Now, you may be celebrating a new addition. There could be beautiful creative ideas that you're bringing to the home. You may be doing a bit of a facelift there. This could be all about family and reunions and having a highly social time. Maybe you're just updating that family room or the lounge room, and you're bringing in a little bit more oomph or a little bit more of a pizzazz to your environment. Anyway, this is going to be all about that social connection, that feeling happy, feeling settled, and really looking forward to the future ahead. There's lots of beautiful positive goals. Of course, with the career goals and aspirations, this is a month of great opportunity. So you may be finding yourself dealing with people or circumstances in which you have propositions or offers that are worth considering. Now, if you've been dreaming big lately, then you may be finding that this opportunity comes. It enables you to step outside of your usual boundaries and look external. This could be that you're jumping out of training and into a very strong position. It could be that you're landing the dream job that you've been hoping for, or you're just taking the bull by the horns and starting to really put your self forward so that others can recognize that you're ready, but opportunities or doors open for you throughout this period of time. For those that are looking for work, once again, you're just going to be right place, right time, right position, right opportunity, and this is also going to bring you some fantastic results, especially if you've been looking at places overseas or further afield, because this card takes you right out of your comfort zone, leads you right down to the pathway of great opportunity, but it is prolonged opportunity. So you can see yourself in this position, you can see this all unfolding, and you're willing and able and capable of taking up that challenge and seeing some fantastic results. So I feel that you're going to get some really beneficial or very good results come through. Now, financially, of course, this is a month in which you may find yourself a little bit challenged, a few unexpected expenses. You can't have a grade on all aspects, but you can find that this month really does help you to better understand, to save for a rainy day. You may be finding yourself coming into a time in which you are reassessing your finances and saying, hey, I'm surprised that I could have saved a little bit more, or maybe I have a little bit more that I can be juggling to make my ends meet a little bit easier. It's not saying that it's going to be an expensive month, but you may be quite surprised at how much you're actually gaining and how much is actually going out throughout this period of time. So with your health and your betterment, this is all about better managing your health and your betterment. Of course, we've picked up the 5th house, which is the house of Leo. It rules the spine. It also rules the chest area as far as the heart is concerned. And quite often it is about what we are passionate about. So you may find yourself very passionate about new routines or regimes that you are bringing into your life. And this could mean that you are encouraged to make sure that you manage your time and energy so as to not give yourself any stresses or strains as well. I don't feel that there's anything too negative sitting here, but I do feel that this is about coming up with a creative solution so you don't strain something that you really wish you didn't. Your relationship areas. Look, for those that are single and looking, this month is about letting go of regrets, resentments, or the past. Sometimes we have unfinished business in our life, and no matter what we do, we cannot close it until we're ready to let go. It may not be about getting an apology from someone else. It may not be about us, I wish I would have done this differently. If it was truly meant to work out, it would have worked out. So this is a time in which you are being shown that what's holding you back is a lot of procrastination over what could have, what should have. I didn't, I'm kicking myself. Spirit says let it go. It's not worth that challenge to yourself at the moment. This is about you better getting to understand what is going to make you happier in the future. Yes, you can learn by the past, but you can't change it. And for those that are already in a re-established or a very strong established relationship and so forth, you may be finding this is about forgiving your partner. This is about forgiving yourself. This is about seeing that you both have made the change or challenged that you both have needed to get through, and you have. Yet you may not be completely happy with how situations are within your relationship dynamics. Maybe it could be that family is on your mind more. It could be that there are people who are not as supportive as what you had hoped. Let go of that. You don't need this on your journey throughout this period of time. It's something that will only in time build the bigger wall or the bigger rift between the situation. You may not get that apology, you may not get that acknowledgement, you may not get that sense of forgiveness from others, but you can do it for yourself. Your overall influence is that there are opportunities around you, and these are beautiful opportunities. They are presented through your everyday activities, whether something comes in through your home, through your work, through your finances, through your health and your well-being, or through your personal life. You have a chance here to really look at your choices and your decisions and how to better present yourself with some very positive changes, because opportunity is definitely knocking. Whether or not you want to answer that door will definitely be up to yourself. So well, Libra, let's see what's going on for you. Around the home and the family, it is a beautiful focus. You have so much happiness sitting here. This is one of those months where everything should work like a fine-tuned clock. You should be finding everything coming together. The home, the family, the focus on happiness and beautiful commitments and success is definitely sitting here. Perfect for those that are buying and selling, perfect for those that are adding to the family, perfect for those that are seeing others mature and fly away and set up their own homes, okay, as in leaving the nest. Perfect for anything that you are putting your energy into to do with what makes you feel happy and secure, as you're going to see some fantastic results come through. Your career goals and aspirations, it is all about your confidence. What can you do to build your confidence? And you will find the more confident you are, the more attention you're going to receive from others around you. They are going to be very supportive about what they feel you can do, but also acknowledge the fact that you can do it as well. Beautiful commitments coming through. You should find yourself in a very positive aspect with your career goals and also with your people that you work with, or your personal ambitions, all being easily achieved throughout this period of time. Those that are looking for work, you may be finding commitments come through, others who have a very strong support system in place for you. Now, if you have struggled with your confidence or a little bit of uncertainty, you may be finding people really like you and they want to help you go that extra mile or help you through that extra step. And you may be finding you're not getting a hand out, but you're getting a hand up throughout this period of time. It's going to be very positive, not only building your confidence, but bringing the right job or the right position or the right opportunity to you so that you can confidently step in there and follow through. Of course, with your finances, a little bit of resistance sitting here. You might be feeling challenged by circumstances around you. You could find that this has a lot to do with the fact that you have so much going on, but not enough time and energy to get it all into place. You might be stubborn. There's something you want, but you may be knowing that you don't want to wait patiently for it. You want it now, and you could go through every other means to try and acquire this until Spirit says, it ain't happening right now. It could happen in the next couple of months, but right now, don't keep pushing that button, okay? Because it could come back to bite you a little later on. So this is about making sensible choices with your finances. You're going to find with your health and your betterment, look, you've got here a time of new directions, new lifestyles, new opportunities, but you've also got this ruled by Saturn. Now, Saturn generally rules Capricorn, which is the ruler of the 10th house. And this is the house in which it rules our teeth, it rules our bones, and what I call is our muscle or support systems. Now, you may need to be finding that you're looking at things that could help regenerate or rejuvenate you. You may be having a new positive attitude. You could be finding that there is areas that you are putting energy into your body to create long-term results, because it shows new you, new lifestyle. Maybe it's a new haircut, maybe you're revamping that wardrobe, maybe it's just a change in attitude as well. But whatever it is, it's going to support you for the long term as well. And of course, then we come down to our relationship areas. Now, relationships are going to be a little bit rocky and all over the place. So for those that are single and looking, you're going to be finding that this month really does test you, and you are going to find yourself feeling very disconnected from your normal everyday environments. This is people who could be away on holidays. You may be finding you're feeling like a little bit like a fish out of water, or your friends may be single and you're about to meet somebody, or vice versa. So this could be where Spirit is saying to you, well, hang on a minute, you know, is it worth the frustration? Sometimes when we're looking back, we'll find that the answers are definitely not there, but you're not happy about moving forward. This is giving you a chance to reassess situations before jumping or leaping and seeing, are you truly ready? Of course, those that are already in a quite secure relationship, you may be finding yourself focusing on the fact that you're traveling a little bit more with your partner. You You may find yourself really making quite a lot of plans and adjustments. Maybe this is a time where there's a bit of an empty nest if you're an older couple and you know the family's already left home and you're enjoying that time out for yourselves. This is also one where you're going to sit down and have those serious decisions or agreements or discussions to do about where you want to be, not just now but also in the coming years. So you may find that you are both trying to ensure that you both are on the same page. Your overall influence, just take this month as it comes. Sometimes we can't challenge ourselves to do anything better than what we already have, but we can find a way in which to get through it. And this is one of the ones that you have for yourself. So it's take each step, look at it. Is it happy? Are you happy with the result? Do you have to put too much energy into it? If so, sit back and wait and see if it balances itself out, at another time. Okay, Scorpio, what's going on for you? Well, the home and the family environments, it shows here that you're feeling a little bit stuck. You're at a bit of a standstill. There's things that you're hoping or wanting to achieve, but you have found that it has not become prevalent at the moment. So Spirit is showing here that this is a chance for you to really go back and re-look at this and see it as a positive, because now, even though you're stuck at this situation, it gives you a chance to make better decisions for the future. So everything's at a standstill, but it's there for a reason. And for your career goals and aspirations, you've got great opportunity to make progress over the coming 2 months. Not just now, but your attitudes and your actions will really show quite large, sitting up in and around perhaps the time of July. At the moment, you may be finding yourself just dealing with everyday situations in the work area. There may be people coming and going. You may be finding yourself taking up bigger roles or responsibilities. You may be finding that you are dealing with some past clients or past work energies. If this is the case, then you're making headway. And if it isn't the case, it just tells you that maybe you need to go back and just check everything's in order before you're ready to move ahead. For those that are looking for work, this is about a progressive role. You may be finding yourself stepping into a training or a temporary role in which you have opportunity to prove your worth and to be able to develop a role or position in which you can become more permanent. For this, it could entail you being very patient and tolerant. It may be finding yourself going back over and resourcing or using your resources from areas that you've been through previously. This may be testing, it could be just checking out your qualifications and so forth, but it's going to get you where you need to get to. So it's going to be worth that little bit of a time and energy, or that bit of drama in between. Now, looking at your finances, you're not completely happy with this month. There are areas that you're very disillusioned about. You thought you'd be further ahead. You may have been looking at your finances and feeling they're quite dismal at the moment. Would it matter if you've got mega bucks sitting in the bank, okay, or $0 in the bank? You're really not feeling quite happy with situations. You do have a chance to channel that, however, throughout this month and clear matters up. It's not a time of actually jumping too far into action and implementing too many plans, because you're not going to get the result you want straight away anyway. But you can sit down and renegotiate the terms of what you're trying to achieve and put it in a more productive way so that you can get those results in the long term. Now, with your health and your betterment, of course, you're going through this sense of resistances. There's been things that have been going on in the body that are very inconsistent. One minute you're, oversleepy, then you've got too much energy. Maybe you're feeling lethargic and then you're feeling okay. Maybe you're feeling bilious and upset, or just feeling heavy in the head, and then everything seems to be all right. There's not any one thing, but I think it's your environment this month that's creating this, not so much a practical illness. You may be finding yourself just going through these everyday inconsistencies until you start having a proper plan or a goal, and then you may find that your body and your energy catches up and you feel things a little bit more stable. Relationships, well, for those that are single and looking, work is going to be important to you. So around your working environments, around your goals, around your aspirations, people that friendships, anything like this are all going to be about workable relationships. So you're going to see see, does this person really fit that bill? Am I really keen to get to know that person? Is that person giving as much as what I am? You're asking yourself some very quality questions, which are going to be very instrumental on helping you make decisions when it does come to the time. Now, of course, for some, just outside there, you may meet a very interesting person who does pique your interest, and this could come through a work or your daily routines. For those that are already in a well-established relationship and quite secure, you could be finding yourself both learning some wonderful new skills about how to evolve or develop the relationship a little bit further. For some, you may be finding weddings or engagements, maybe this is anniversaries, adding to the family, looking at projects and goals that you can both work towards in which to have a plan or an outcome. And because of this, you may be finding yourself very happy and very satisfied. I just feel it's a very productive and proactive time in which you'll find your relationships, family and family, friendships and so forth are all very significant around you. Your overall influence is about happiness and success, and that's exactly what you're going to gain. Your momentum is on the family, it's on your personal right to shine. You'll be finding yourself abundant with confidence and really kind of sitting there seeing some fantastic accomplishments. This is a time in which you can sit down and really say to yourself, I've done a job well done. Okay, Sagittarius, what's up for you? Well, home and family is all about you getting back to the basics. Now, you may be finding yourself restructuring your home. You may be looking at things in a more realistic view. Yes, there's been some long-forming decisions or choices. Maybe you've been trying to decide, do I build, do I extend, do I invest, or do I stay just what I'm doing? Whatever it is, you've got some great support sitting around you and some very worthy advice coming through as well. This will help you feel a little bit more stable about where you are, and you'll start to see a more realistic idea of where you're going to be in a future as well, especially if things have been a little bit heady or all over the place. The choices you make in this month, in the month of May, will be very instrumental in the month of December and coming into the new year as well. So your career goals and aspirations, you've got conflicts here. You're going through conflicts. Maybe there's a few storm clouds and unexpected setbacks, but guess what? Calm, cool and collected, you're going to come out of this smelling like a rose. So don't get caught up in the workplace politics. Don't get caught feeling out of sorts. Maybe you've had a bit of a tester around about the time of the month of March with your work environments, and month of May is bringing them up again. You're going to be finding yourself needing to really focus, because I do feel you've got some fantastic results coming out of here. These could come down to some very emotional decisions. Do I stick to it or do I make a change? Am I needing to make this change for something better? So there are areas that you could be really finding yourself questioning, but I feel if you can get through it, you can get through this on a very positive note. Now, for those that are looking for work, of course, the operative word is conflict. You might want something permanent and you can only get casual. You may want something casual, but you can only get something that comes with rotating shifts. So this is where you are looking at, do I just take what I can right now as a stepping stone for the next 3 months, or do I hang out and hope something else comes in this month? You may look at, you need to go back and do study. You might be finding there's opposition around from other people or more competition. Whatever it may be, Spirit's just saying, don't get caught up into that emotional area. Stay out of that heart chakra. Think about things in a logic way. You're good enough. You're going to get through there. You can make this happen, but it's just going to take a little bit of patience as well. Well, on connection or in connection with your finances, of course, you've got a travel card. So a lot of your money and expenses will be on travel, whether it's transport, whether it's booking trips, whether you're motivated to put some savings together, whether you're instigating a lot of positive changes around you. And of course, you're really looking forward to the time of May, but also the time of June to see these come together. So this next month is really about head down, bum up with some fantastic results. Now look, this could just mean that you just decide that you're going to step outside of your normal everyday decision making and decide to buy a car. Perhaps you're deciding to take a trip because you haven't done one for a long time. Maybe this is about you just being motivated to save more. Whatever it is, you're going to have that support. And of course, with your betterment and your well-being, this is about improving your life, and your abundance in your betterment is really going to shine. Now, normally around winter, you might find yourself feeling a little bit heavier with your chest, or you've got little colds and flus, but you should be feeling brilliant this month. So you should be finding more vitality going on. You're feeling quite positive. You're attracting a lot of attention. This is fantastic. And if you have been hoping to really change a bit of that imagery about yourself, your confidence and abundance in what you're doing will be plentiful. So if you need the right advice, people will be there. If you need the right encouragement or the right direction to go, that door will open. So there is plenty to keep you on the right track with your betterment and well-being. Relationships, look, single and looking, there's going to be a few frustrations. Not everything's going to go according to plan. However, you are going to find throughout this period of time, you do have the opportunity in which to better sort out what it is that you need. Yes, you don't have enough time to spend looking and dating and cultivating a relationship maybe, but perhaps this is a good thing, because you'll see at the end of the day, you're going to have something more worthwhile step in. I know it's a little bit harder for those that really are searching for something, but Spirit says the frustration is that what you need right now is sitting right in front of you. Okay, and that's where you need to focus that energy, not so much in trying to fill that gap, but working through what you've already got. And for those that are already in strong and supportive relationships, you won't have enough time with your partner to develop anything other than a passing by. This is your chance to look at what you can do to just make ends meet at the moment. Can we just meet up for dinner? Or do we have a time schedule that we can actually do something together? You may find that you're both in two different areas or two different parts of the world at the same time. And of course, this may not be a possibility. It could be that there are other burdens or responsibilities sitting around that are needing your attention as well. So it's going to be a mixed bag, whether it's travel, whether it's time schedules, whether it's emotionally just being disconnected because there's other things that need to be done. You're going to need to kind of really focus on what you can get through right now. The overall influence is all about nurturing yourself, nurturing your environments, being kind to yourself, a lot of more loving going on there, but also understanding that this month is really going to help you evolve a lot. You may be finding females very prevalent or very strong. Perhaps this has a lot to do with friendships or siblings or even parents, as in mothers or grandmothers and so forth. You may also find yourself very reflective about your own projections of who you are. Maybe motherhood is strong to you if you are a female. Maybe if you're a male, it's about having that emotional bond that you are looking for. And this is where Spirit's showing this is a time to really be gentle and kind with yourself, and just to be able to know that you may be quite sensitive or intuitive throughout this period of time, but also to remember to love you. Capricorn, what does this month have for you? Well, around the home and the family, it is all about head down, bum up. I feel a very rewarding time with your goals and aspirations. Any investments will go quite well, and what you're working to or toward, you will start to see some fantastic results. This is a great month for you to see acknowledgement and recognition for hard work and energy, and you may be finding people constantly telling you how good you're looking or how well you are doing something, which is going to make you feel even better. Your career goals and aspirations, well, this month is all about new beginnings, beautiful changes, fresh opportunities, and you're keen. There is something about you when you walk into this month that's really going to have you ear tagged for some very good positions or very good opportunities. I really do feel you can make this a success. It does come down to you, but I think you've been looking for a change for some time, okay? Or an area in which you can really expand your skills, and this month is definitely going to open those opportunities. For those that are looking for work, of course, this is about you being able to really make hay while the sun shines. You're going to see some fantastic results. It's going to be important now, but also around September, October and November as well. You'll find that there are new opportunities, avenues, or even a chance for you to see how you can redevelop your skills into a more employable or advantageous position for yourself. You could find that you are actually headhunted for positions because this is something that maybe only you can do, or there is something that is wonderful about what you're contributing or the attributes that you have, and somebody would really love to have you on board. Now, financially, there is good luck sitting around. You may be finding unexpected money. You could be finding gifts and benefits or dividends coming through. You may be finding an old, $50 note in your pocket. We all love those. But this is also a time in which you will be finding yourself taking a few more speculative chances with your finances, and you never know, success may come through an almost different avenue. For instance, if you're going for a loan and you have gone through a banking or an institution, you may be finding that it comes through a broker or through a family member or somebody else instead. So there's always ways in bringing through a better surprise where money is concerned. In connection with your health and your betterment, look, you really are dealing with the house of Pisces here, and the house of Pisces rules our feet and our circulation. You may be finding yourself a little bit confused or off balanced. You could be finding yourself very concerned about genetics or family. Maybe this is a time to take a little bit of extra care to make sure you're circulating yourself nice and easily throughout the family or throughout your daily experiences, so as to not kind of get yourself into a bit of a rut. Maybe this is about getting up and taking a bit of a walk around or breathing in some fresh air just to keep things moving fine. Now, for relationships, you may be finding that this is, for those that are single, a time in which you really do need to learn to trust your own instincts. Not everybody's going to see something the way that you see it, but at the end of the day, they're not going to live your life the way you're going to live it either. So if you're asking friends what they think about somebody or how this person fits in, or should I be doing this instead, they're going to give you suggestions, but at the end of the day, it'll be your decision which makes you happy. And this is where I guess Spirit's saying, listen to your better judgment. If somebody all of a sudden doesn't feel right, then they're not right. It's not your kind of, uncertainty that's bringing this out. That's your better judgment, and this is what Spirit's saying. Listen to your better judgment throughout this period of time. And for those that are in secure relationships, there's issues with trust this month. So you could be feeling a little bit like, do I trust this, or do we sit down and make that plan again when it didn't turn out the last time? You could be really getting quite down and serious about your personal life and seeing what you both can reach a consensus on in order to be of better encouragement to yourself, but also maybe bringing in a better result to your relationship circumstances at the moment. Overall influences, this is all talking about your areas connected to you feeling a little out of sync. Now, we already know the relationship's going to be a little bit out of sync, and we know that you're making some wonderful changes in other areas of your life. So it could be about more patience and tolerance, knowing that the timing's not exactly right to go ahead with a lot of things, but what will be offered will be right for right now. And if that's the case, take heed, step in, embrace it, because you could be finding that's the stepping stone to the next plan or goal that you want to achieve. Well, Aquarius, this is your month for laying down responsibility. You'll be stepping back, and you may be finding that the home and the family really is about this. It's about taking the pressure off. Changes in the home and the family could come up. You may be finding yourself feeling that sense of relief because finally you can just relax in a situation. You've been able to sit back and say, okay, I am not responsible for this, but I can do this instead. You're giving yourself options. You may also find a bit of a holiday or a breakaway is very important, and this could be very significant for those that haven't taken a breakaway for some time. If you've taken a breakaway quite often, then it could be that you need to get back up on that horse and get things a little bit more organized or make them more manageable around the home and the family. But I feel like this is about stepping back, taking the pressure off, others or life circumstances itself, and enabling yourself to kind of breathe through, especially the very first 10 days of the time of the month of May. Now, in connection with your career goals and aspirations, I feel that there's a few blocks here. Now, you're going to have to be very patient and tolerant. Not everything's going to go exactly according to plan. I do feel you'll get some results, but it may come through around about July and August. So there may be some delays or something that is being prolonged a little bit longer before you gain that initial yes or that step forward. So patience is going to be the key. You may find others moving ahead and you're a little bit feeling out because of this. Don't. Something better's coming for you. For those that are looking for work, once again, patience is your operative word. If you go and push too hard, you're going to end up with something you don't want. So let Spirit bring the right job, the right opportunity, and let you build your successes from that. It will help you encourage yourself to really look at things in a long-term manner as well. Now, financially, what you're passionate about is your material money this month. So you're going to be spending a lot of time thinking about what you can do with that. I'm passionate about spending it on, you know, a certain item, or perhaps you're helping others. You're bringing in that generation of support at the moment, or generating support at the moment. And this could be something that you're quite passionate about. However, Spirit does show you that there are two sides of the coin. What you're thinking and what is reality could be something that needs to match up here. So don't be surprised if you are spending because you love people or you want to be able to spend that money, but at the end of the day you really do need to have it in the bank account as well. So just be careful that you're not overextending your generosity if you are. Now, health and betterment, of course, we've brought up assistance here. So this is sitting around our 6th house, which is the house of Virgo, and you may be finding it also rules the bowel and the intestinal lower pelvic area. You need to take care with your diet. You may need assistance in helping you with your diet and your betterment. Maybe you've needed support systems sitting in place to better help you, and this could come through organizations. If you're needing a little bit more emotional or mental support, it could be that it's coming through betterment organizations if you're looking for more dietary and other areas of support. But whatever it is, you have support systems sitting around you. Your relationships, look, single and looking, you've got a lot of adjustments this month. Not everything is going to go as smoothly as you hope. The more flexible you are, the better it's going to be for you. You could even find that a lot of the decision making or discussions that are sitting around you in the month of May really don't fall into place until June anyway. So just take it as a flow. Get to know people, enjoy the friendships, enjoy the social scenes, but don't need to rush right now. For those that are in well-established relationships and quite secure, you may be finding, once again, it's the flexibility, allowing your partner time to actually be able to enjoy themselves, allowing you time to enjoy yourselves, but when you're together, allowing you both to actually enjoy that moment as well. This is about pacing yourself through your plans, your goals, and the things that you feel that you both need to be doing right now. Even though they might be up for discussion or they might be up there sitting there to start happening, sometimes we need to keep a little bit of flexibility because we need to be prepared for the unknown. Of course, the overall influence is all about doing the right thing. This month is about having empathy and compassion. It's about being able to look at situations, knowing that people are there to support you, but you also need to support yourself. You've brought in the Hierophant, a very strong religious card. And when this comes in, this tells you that there are people that are in positions of understanding, but you also need to have that same understanding for others as well. And in doing that, it becomes a two-way street. So you could be finding, in order for you to do the right thing by others, you may need to reflect on where you have done something that you need to do the right thing by yourself as well now. So this is about being able to open that as a channel, as a two-way street, so that everybody can benefit as well. Okay, so Pisces, what's up for you? Well, Pisces, you've got a great opportunity in which to see your home and family finally falling into place. It's been a big last 2 years for you, so you may have been finding that things have been a little bit all over the place. Now you've got a chance to put some goals into perspective and feel that you're making some progress. Do slow down though, because you could be finding yourself so happy that everything's coming together, you're pushing ahead, and when you push to get ahead you could forget something. So this is about just slowing down and taking your time. Your career goals and aspirations are very frustrating. You could be finding past issues coming back up. If there's been problems with temperament or issues with people around you, you could be finding the same instances are coming back together. This is going to need patience and tolerance, perseverance. You're going to need to have to better adjust your routines and time and your thinking in order to fit into your workplace, because not everything's going to run smooth this month. So you are going to have to be the one to be the more accommodating person in order to keep a little bit of peace here, even if it's just for yourself. And for those that are looking for work, this is a chance for you to really sort out your current situations. What has it that you've been challenged to make a change about, and what is it that you have not chosen to make that change? Other people are going to push your buttons and test you every step of the way, but only you can make the right decisions in the long run. And that's what Spirit is showing you. You've got opportunity around you. You've got better routines here. You can set this up better. If there is a job that you've been wanting opposed to what you've already had or experienced there, then you have an opportunity to step into this. But it's not going to come without its own little headaches as well. But this is where your tolerance will be. Financially, this is about you being able to make some great logical decisions. And I really do feel that you'll come up with some powerhouse ideas on how to keep your finances running. Now, you may have some very strong influence from a female who is able to give you some very good directives. However, this does come down to you using common sense, because I feel you're going to have some fantastic results if you do. Now, of course, with your health and betterment, you need to take care of feeling anxious. You're apprehensive, you're cautious, you're taking on a lot of energy this month with feeling frustrated, especially with your career goals and aspirations. So this is about taking a little bit of extra care with your betterment and well-being, and ensuring that you're not putting yourself into a position where you're feeling quite vulnerable. Watch out for tension around that lower back, in and around your bowel area, okay, and possibly sitting in and around your intestinal, because this is ruling the 6th house, which is the house of Virgo, which rules those areas. And you may be finding yourself a little bit impetuous or a little bit compulsive, and you may be a little bit reckless, okay, and you don't want to bring stress or strain to those areas. Relationships are all about looking at the bigger picture. Now, for those that are single and looking, you are going to be finding aesthetically you're quite attracted to what people look like and how they present themselves, whether they dress well, whether they're clean cut and well groomed, okay? You're going to be looking at this because that's where your attraction is. Whether or not it goes any further, I guess this is where you'll be able to dig below that surfaces, because as we know, we understand that not all that glitters is gold. However, there might be a Prince Charming or a beautiful Maid Marian underneath there. So you're going to find yourself really focusing on what you can see. Now, because of this, you may find online applications such as online dating. You might be finding, you know, spending time on social media. There is lots of things that would be quite attractive or aesthetic to you, okay, in which you may be finding yourself connecting with groups or other people in order to find out a little bit more about what makes you happy. Now, for those that are already in well-established relationships and so forth, you may be finding yourself really looking at ways that you can sit down and do something quite special. Now, it could be that you're deciding to do a beautiful portrait together, okay? You could be finding that you're focusing on the future. There are goals that you both have and you're feeling quite invigorated by this. And I feel that that's important also because it helps the relationship move along. At the present time, this is about seeing the future, making very strong decisions which can see matters become bigger and better and feel a lot more comfortable. Your overall influence is not to get lost in detail. You're going through a time of feeling very much like there's a wall around you or you need to defend yourself. Maybe this is about you being able to support yourself without feeling that you're letting others down. But at the same time, I feel like there's so much going on that you could find yourself feeling over complicated and over energetic towards being miserable rather than being happy. So this is where Spirit says to you, hang on a minute, it's okay to stand your ground and be decisive about what you want and feel protective of this is how I'm going, but it also can be quite detrimental if you're not allowing others to come in and help, or allowing yourself to also take that wall down and to experience things a little bit different. So don't get caught up on the details would be the most important thing. Well, I hope everybody has enjoyed their Tarotscopes for the time of the month of May. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to check out my events calendar, because I'm all over Australia at the moment. I'm all over the place, guys. And I really do have some wonderful events. I'm visiting towns near you. I've had the wonderful opportunity to be able to travel throughout this period of time. So I'm looking forward to catching up with you all soon. And if you don't live here in Australia, that's fine too, because you can catch me on my World Wide Web, such as my website on www.carolynclairvoyant.com, and I have plenty of services sitting up there, and you can also follow my YouTube and my other social medias as well. Thank you everybody for joining me. Cosmic hugs, everybody.